Kingsgate will complete the line, which totals 7. Huey Bowman replacing Rod Quinn on El Mirada, the veteran in the field. Kingsgate is there and we're ready for action. Racing in the expressway, they jumped in a nice even line. Who is going to lead? Kingsgate wide out, pushing on. Fuadi on the inside will shade Kingsgate. Belle de Jour third, followed wider out on the track next by El Mirada. Corral Boy the inner, 1 Lonro and 2 lengths to Bedouin. Settling footy into stride, and Fuadi at the 900 leads a half length on Kingsgate, a length and a half. Corral Boy, Belle de Jour the middle, and El Mirada's out on a limb. Lonro another length and a half back, and 3/4 to Bedouin. No change in the order. Down to the 600 marker they travel, and Fuadi in front, 3/4 of a length on Kingsgate. 2 Corral Boy inside Belle de Jour, and 1 further off El Mirada. Lonro looking for a way out, and Bedouin is last as they round the corner. And entering the straight now, they're all coming a little wide, and Fuadi in front from Kingsgate. Corral Boy, Beedman trying to poke through on Lonro. There's a run for him now. It's a needle-eye gap, but the top liner takes it, and Lonro letting down. Belle de Jour trying to match Lonro, but not succeeding. They beat off Kingsgate, but Lonro's in full flight, and this is a mighty return. Lonro from Kingsgate. Corral Boy will get third, but welcome back Lonro. Second Belle de Jour, third Corral Boy. Kingsgate not far away, followed by Bedouin in company with Fuadi and old El Mirada. The way he knuckled down to his work over the last 150 when Darren pushed him through the needle-eye gap. Very, very small gap, but he's not field-shy, Lonro, and he went through it. And when really Darren asked him for the effort in the last 150, he answered every urging of D. Beedman, and it looks as though this top liner is back and may well be better this time than he was last. Who knows? Anyway, he was expected to win, and he did just that. 2, 10, 7 and 6. Lonro, D. Beedman first. Number 10, Belle de Jour, written by John Powell, second. That was a nice return. And third going to number 7, and that was Corral Boy, Brad Pengelly.
Oh, the excitement machine. Ocky's best son is back in business, and he meant business the way he went through that gap, Richard Freedman.
Tell you what, there was only a struck match between him getting that run and not getting it. Now, I wouldn't have liked to have been Darren Beedman if he hadn't have made it, right? Because he was clearly the best horse in the race. Look, good horses make their own lucky. They do find those gaps and push their way through it. But gee, I had my heart in my mouth there for just a stride. But he's too good. He's a top-class horse. He showed it.
It's an exciting autumn we await. I mean, not just with Fields of Omar and Northerly and Australian Cup. Then we go to Sydney, and this horse, wherever he goes, is going to take some catching.
Sure will. I mean, he's a beautiful individual, and he had a little bit up his sleeve there too. You know, great horses make good luck for themselves.
And that's what he did today. Lonro, the son of Octagonal, collects the Expressway Stakes. OK, let's look ahead to Doomben. 6th race on the card. Sky rating 7, 2, 3 and 5. Let's check out.
And they're racing this time on a pretty good sort of start. Trying to sort them out. Fortery, one of the early leaders. Over on the outside, Kingsgate is going quickly. Being followed by Belle de Jour at the head of the others. El Mirada. Corral Boy being followed by Lonro, and last of all is Bedouin. Unsettling fully into stride and getting down near the 800. And on the inside rail it was Fortery the leader. He was out a half length in advance of in second place as Kingsgate, a length and a half. Corral Boy a half length further back behind them then is Belle de Jour, being followed by El Mirada a length away. Lonro on the fence, and last of all is Bedouin as they came along to put their bibs in the direction of the corner. And Fortery in the centre is just the leader. Corral Boy's got plenty of room to get through if he's good enough. Kingsgate is there, and Belle de Jour over on the outside, and brother whereabouts is Lonro. There he is, forcing a passage through in the centre, and by the time they got to the distance, and the octagonal customers got to the front and coming away from them, Lonro on the outside. Belle de Jour is coming home with a grand run, but she wouldn't catch Lonro in a fortnight, and Lonro has won well from Belle de Jour. Corral Boy being followed by Kingsgate. Bedouin was next. The gap further back then would have been El Mirada, and last to great the judge, you think about it, unquestionably would have been Fortery. But certainly no element of doubt about the money. Certainly Belle de Jour did come out to have a crack at Lonro, about 125 out, but the black entire was doing a lot the better. And as soon as the boy, that was
yes,
Darren
he certainly was doing a lot the better, Lonhro. And let me tell you, he had to bull his way through a very, very narrow opening, and he didn't give up at any stage. The sign of a very, very good horse, and not the sign of a very, very good tipster, but I was on it for Sporting Odds and the Sporting Chance. So we've taken the shorts there, but at least we're starting to chisel back some of the debt we've got here, Andrew, because at this stage, we've got kids all over New South Wales selling their soccer boots to pay our betting debts.
Yeah, that's right. It is $1.40, as I said before, better than the bank's interest, so we'll take that. Don't worry about that. Could have been $20 down the drain, but there's news through that the Canberra Capitals have just claimed back-to-back WNBL titles after a thrilling 69-67 victory over Sydney at the AIS Arena today. Apparently, Sydney were leading by 17 points, and Lauren Jackson just exploded with 30 points, 23 rebounds and 5 block shots to lead the Canberra Capitals to victory.
Mate, from all accounts, Sydney was a little bit unlucky because Belinda Snell had the chance to tie the game with just under 3 seconds left on the clock, but she could only make one of her 3 free throws to leave Sydney short. So a little bit disappointing from that point of view, but sounds like a great game.
It does, and hopefully the Kings will make up for that. They're still in the race.
He's got everybody talking. Tricia Duffield.
Joining me on the program is the Premier. Well, I would understand if you were angry, as I'm sure most of the community was.
No, I agree with you. There's something very, very disturbing about youngsters, some of them primary school age, coming at you with words of hatred and waving placards, and it was very, very distressing from that point of view.
Tricia Duffield. Sydney moves with 2SM.